welcome to another episode of Small Biz Evolution. I'm Kaka Ngofe. Today we're diving into one of the most crucial topics of digital entrepreneurs, securing investment and funding. As the e-commerce space continues to evolve, businesses are looking for ways to position themselves for success in the eyes of investors and lenders. Joining me to unpack this is Linda Omara-Koledade, founder and CEO at Mustard Seed. Linda, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Kaka.
Well, the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition plans to create a 100 billion transformation fund to support Black-owned SMEs. How can entrepreneurs strategically position themselves in order to access and benefit from this fund?
I would say firstly, entrepreneurs need to understand the various requirements that the DTIC has put forward that will allow them to access the funding. It's crucial to do research and make sure they understand and get organized ahead of the launch of the fund.
And what defines a fundable e-commerce business in the eyes of investors?
I would say an e-commerce business to start off isn't too far off from an ordinary business that isn't in the commerce or tech space. So to start off with at the top, I would say definitely entrepreneurs need to make sure they have a strong management team. It's so crucial because typically we back the jockey and not the horse. So that's number one. Secondly, entrepreneurs need to make sure they have a solid business model that's catered for in their business plan. So a business plan that talks comprehensively to the entirety of their business is so important. Entrepreneurs need to, from an e-commerce perspective, be very specific about what gives them an edge, where their competitive advantage is, and what traction that they've made to get into the market. That's also very important. It's quite easy for an entrepreneur to come up with a brilliant idea, but they need to test and make sure that the market is able to absorb their product or service at the price that they put it out there. So that's just a high level.
You just mentioned important points here, but many SMEs struggle with formal financial records. What steps can they take in order to be able to present these credible financial information when looking for these investors?
So I would say for entrepreneurs, it's so important to make sure that from the start of your business, you do record you keep your accounting books up to date. Having an accountant formally work in your business if you can afford it. And if you can't afford it, this can be outsourced at a cost just to make sure you're able to record your income statement, your balance sheet, your cash flow. It's so important when accessing funding. So no matter how little revenue you have, I encourage entrepreneurs to make sure that that's up to date.
But how can e-commerce entrepreneurs assess and present their market opportunity to potential investors?
I think it's important at the top to understand the size of the market. Okay, so whatever sector or market or industry the particular e-commerce business is playing in, a lot of research needs to be done to analyze and understand the size of the market, because their business can only grow to the extent the maximum would be the size of the market. So that's number one. And then really do research to understand what part of the market they're able to capture. And that needs to also be crystallized and explained within the business plan.
Linda, you make important points here, but I want us to talk about what a pitch deck is and what it should include to help a digital business stand out to potential investors.
Okay, so Kaka, a pitch deck is a formal document that an entrepreneur will use to present their business to potential investors, right? So at the very top of the pitch deck, entrepreneurs would express their vision for the business. They would then also include information around shareholders, the company structure, and the management team. As I mentioned earlier, the team expertise is crucial when it comes to considering access to funding. Then within the pitch deck, entrepreneurs would then also include a lot of detail around the specific business model. That will include their pricing strategy, it will include their revenue model, competitor analysis. The business model is the heart of the pitch deck. Within that same pitch deck, investors will include financial information that will talk to financial projections, that will speak to the income statement, cash flow, balance sheet, a summary of it, basically projecting what that would look like. Within the same pitch deck, one would talk to competitor analysis. Who are your competitors? And how do you as an entrepreneur think your business is going to stand out? Those are just some nuggets, though we can expand further around that.
Well, I like those crucial points that you make there. I hope they'll also help a lot of SMEs be able to prepare themselves for investors. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Kaka.
Well, that was Linda Omara-Koledade, founder and CEO at Mustard Seed, sharing her insights on what investors look for in a digital business. Stay tuned for more Business Day programming after this.